Well, both Ekta and I, we were talking about how this shared reality in movies is likely to be. Is it a restaurant in a cinema hall, or is it a cinema hall inside a restaurant? We do have this to carry forward this next-gen innovation in cinema, the next-gen of PVR INOX. Aamer Bijli joins us now. We've patched the audio connection. Aamer, we're very curious to know whether it's a restaurant inside a cinema hall, or is it cinema alongside a restaurant. How does this experience really work? What is it priced at? And what are your expectations from this when it comes to business?
Yeah, of course. I think that's a very interesting question. For now, I would definitely say that it's a cinema. It's a restaurant inside a cinema, actually. The way we've planned it, we wanted to make it a very holistic, family fun, friend-first approach, where the cinema watching can be as incidental as you want, yet the technology supports it to make it as immersive as you want as well. We do have an LED screen which takes into account for all the ambient lighting that our dine-in experience will be providing. We've also accounted for enough space that service on seat will absolutely be accounted for, as well as the entire range of our gourmet menu. Yeah, so that's the initial of the concept. So, in terms of pricing, I think like you'd asked, yeah.
No, so just it's a restaurant inside a cinema hall. We get that point. Just from a viewer's experience standpoint, I was just wondering, what if I'm sitting at a table, some others walk by, and there's service going on that table. So how does my cinema viewing experience stay uninterrupted? And how is it priced per table? How you price the food? What are your expectations in terms of revenues from an experiment like this?
Sure. So, we've maintained the traditional rake cinema. So every seating section is at a different height. So in terms of service on seat, it won't be an issue to compromise your sight line. We've taken that into account. Also, the way that we've done the layout of each table, it's all angular and focuses towards the screen. So no matter where you are sitting on the table, you'll be able to get an uninterrupted, undisturbed view of the screen.
Okay.
We've also, like I said, accounted for enough space for movement. The tables will be priced at a very healthy $250 for a table of 2. And then for a table of 4, as you go up, it'll be around 800 to 900 rupees.
Okay. So 250 rupees would be basically the ticket cost, and then your F&B is over and above that.
On top. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
So our F&B is also priced, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, please, you were saying something.
What is the kind of occupancy that you are expecting, say, in terms of peak hours? Any kind of homework that you've done that, you can share with us?
Yes. Yeah, of course. See, because it's a different concept, it is a pilot, we had to take a lot of educated guesses in terms of how we'd plan the occupancy over here. Currently, we've benefited from an overwhelming response where we've received 80% occupancy across the entire cinema. So that's been great. With the launch of the Dine-In, we expect at least a 40 to 45% occupancy because it'll be also incidental movie watching over here. Wow. People don't necessarily have to come and experience it just with a ticket. It would be beyond that as well.
Right, but it's what's funny is that when we speak about food, the last thing that we think of is a cinema theater, and out here you're promising good food. So obviously one will have to, the proof of that will lie in the eating. What about, generally the Capex in turning a cinema hall around into this dining experience? How much do you have to spend incrementally? And what are your projections on, when you get that money back, when you got into this experiment?
Yes, of course. The way we wanted to do this was keep it extremely conscious. Given that I said it was a pilot, we obviously didn't want to break the bank, but we've managed it within the same Capex. Our typical Capex for any mainstream cinema is roughly about 3 odd crores per screen. So this is well within the same budget.
Okay, all right.
And like I said, in terms of occupancies, we project a very healthy number. About 45 to 46%.
And how less is the seating capacity because you've made it into this dine-in? So it's not obviously the number of people who are sitting in a cinema where you spend 3 crore rupees.
Yes.
Here you're spending 3 crore rupees. The number of people who can sit are a lot lower. Will your average spends offset that?
Yes. Absolutely. I really believe they will. We have about 70 to 72 odd seats in this cinema. Also, to your point, the cinema will also be used for more programming in addition to film, where slightly higher ticket charges and check sizes can be charged as well.
Can you tell us
We do hope to make it up through that.
Can you tell us what kind of programming and how much are you probably looking to generate per quarter from each one of these?
Yeah, sure. We have a really strong focus on alternate programming. We have a focus on alternate usage of space as well. So we partnered with a lot of corporates to take up bulk booking. I think, of course, the bread and butter would still be film and cinema. But about 80 to 85% of the revenue would come from there, and the rest of the revenue would be dispersed between corporate bookings. Gaming is a huge deep dive that we want to take, especially considering it's an LED screen and the refresh rate accommodates all the gaming needs and capabilities. And then rest would be live programming with comedy shows, music events, and things like that.
Are you which cities are you expanding in, and when can we see it in the city of Mumbai?
Oh, as soon as we have proof of concept, hopefully very soon. Within the next 6 to 8 months, we'll start looking at our other locations.
All right, that's very, very interesting out here. I mean, from a consumer standpoint, you're trying to sweat, the asset that you've created already for many other uses.
Yes.
But, the primary use, the cinemas, I wanted to know how that business is going, because from what we know so far, Kantara has been fairly well received, but by and large, there haven't been big blockbusters in the second quarter. So would we see the second quarter as a bit of a weak one, as we've already seen seasonally?
No, actually, on the contrary, I think I can't comment too much as we're in a bit of a blackout period, given that our board meeting is coming up soon. But it's actually been received quite well. There's been a lot of sleeper hits and a lot of other films where regional films have also fired up to really accommodate. So I think it's done much better than we expected.
And what's the slate for the third quarter?
The third quarter is looking very exciting. We're opening up, obviously Kantara, as you see, has begun to really fire. We have OG, which is really doing well. We have Thama, our Diwali release, which is coming up. In addition to that, a lot of Hollywood blockbusters are coming. We have Tron next week. We have our own PVR Pictures slates of Smashing Machine. We have Now You See Me Too. And we're ending the year with Avatar and Alphas with a Bollywood release.
All right, definitely.
So we have quite an exciting and robust slate. Yeah.
And sounds very exciting.
We're running a little short on time, but we can't let him go without this one.
Sure.
Donald Trump saying that movies outside of the US goes into the US have over 100% tariff. How does that play out for someone like a PVR?
Yeah. I don't think time will tell, but I don't think currently it's something that we're fearful of. The Indian industry has always been extremely robust, and the consumption is also within India quite a bit, in other territories more so, such as the UK and UAE. So again, time will tell, but as of now, I think we're staying strong and staying focused on our market.
I know you can't talk about numbers, but based on the Capex that you're assuming, based on this proof, if in case this proof of concept goes through, your net debt at around 891.5 crores, does that move, or does this sort of Capex move the needle for your debt?
Yes, I think this was all taken into account earlier when we were planning our screen rollout. But of course, I can't comment too much. All I can say is that we plan to obviously service the debt slowly.
All right, Aamer, we're going to leave it on that note.
See you at the movies.
Thanks very much for joining in, and we're hoping that these kind of luxury formats soon make their way at an affordable rate in cities like Mumbai as well. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us. So that's PVR. Well, interesting. Something definitely to look forward to in terms of a new concept. But as of now, we need to get back to the markets. We'll take a short break, but we'll be back with all the other stocks in focus. Stay tuned.